Today God message for you. You spent so many years in chaos, which is why you appreciate the little things so much more at this stage. The quiet introspective moments, the stillness of nature, taking care of yourself. Inner peace has become your main goal. Your past difficulties paved the way for a new awareness of desires. While there are still so many goals to be achieved, acknowledge what already is. You've changed so much, for the better. Learning to trust yourself is such a power move. You've spent your entire life doubting and worrying. In part didn't have faith in because you yourself, but also because you didn't recognize the underlying non-physical force of energy that brought you into this existence. Now that you acknowledge more of the depths of who you are, it's time to raise your standard of self-awareness to match your infinite potential. Be so divinely in tune with yourself that nothing shakes you. If you really want to consider how much you've grown, just think back to some of your past decisions. Think back to some of the situations you put yourself in. Compare it to the manner in which you would handle it today. Your life experiences coupled with your spiritual growth became a wrecking ball for change. You're lining up with your vision. The shift is ongoing, but recognize it. What's happening is that you're beginning to emit your own energy, as opposed to doing what society and others expect of you. When you acted in that role, you confused your inner being, in the sense that there was a disconnect because you were trying to be someone you weren't. It's not like you are becoming a better person. You're returning to thyself, the seat of your truth. In this space, there are no wins and losses, no truths or lies. There is only life in the fulfillment of all your desired experiences. Stop the chase for a moment and ground yourself on all of your growth. You have a lot going on between all of your goals, your thoughts, feelings, and energy. The next level up for you is in the next chapter, regardless of when you decide to turn the page. Stepping into alignment before taking your next step is the next step, one breath at a time. Invigorate your mental space, amplify your physical space, expand your spiritual space, make room so that you continue to rise in the more organic way possible. This next chapter is all about the fulfillment of your wildest dreams. You once thought that with every difficulty, every challenge, a part of you was wounded because of all the effort healing it took to overcome. Yet, what actually happened was that you multiplied the energy of your strength. It lit a fire of commitment which allowed you to dive onto the path of betterment. You are who you are today because of the storms too. They were trying, but they moved you. And nothing would have been worse than not having changed. You know how you can be certain that it's different this time around? Because in the past, you jumped from one path to the next. You were grasping, hoping that something would stick. It was out of desperation, just trying to find your way. This time, it may feel as though it's slow to materialize, but you're no longer jumping around. You're treading forward with an element of trust you've never felt before. The universe is sending you constant confirmations. It feels real because it is. Instead of asking yourself why you're not further ahead or why you haven't perfected some things yet, pivot to the gratitude you owe yourself for all that you've accomplished thus far. You not only had to build a foundation but weather a few storms in the process. Most importantly, you remained committed to your goals even when you weren't seeing the fruits of your labor. The ultimate victory is when everything is saying no, and you keep saying yes. The more you align, the less you'll worry about trying to control everything. See, you like to have things under your grasp, but that's not the way energy works. It would be like trying to control the waves of an ocean with a bucket. What you're instead looking to do is position yourself more ideally to receive them and use the current to propel you forward. The measure of your happiness, success are dependent upon your input. Don't apply pressure. Apply ease. You'll find your results to be more simplified and rewarding. Look at how much you've developed beyond the surface. You are going for your goals even in those moments when you don't feel ready. You are being grateful even in those moments when life seems difficult. You are no longer sabotaging situations when they're going well. You're seeing things for what they are instead of through the lens of your past conditioning. This is just a few of the ways you're tipping the scales. Imagine what you can do with this level of power. You have nothing but strength and freedom. Your resilience is what got you here. Your newfound awakening will keep you here. Remember, the body does not have the capacity to overthink. Only the mind does. So when the mind is heavy, shift your presence to your physical body. Massage the palm of your hand. Walk barefoot on grass while giving your attention to your feet, focusing on the ground energy flowing through you. Smell some essential oils. The more attention the body gets, the less the mind receives. Stabilizing energy is always more important than any one thought. This is alignment, mind, body, and soul synergy. Type Jesus if you believe.